Much of 2023 was spent focused on two big stories: the race for the Speaker of the House and legal action against former President Donald Trump.
Natalie Brand takes us back through the political drama that played out during the past year.
The year in politics started with major conflict on Capitol Hill. Republican Congressman Kevin McCarthy of California won the Speaker's gavel after a 15-ballot saga, unprecedented in modern times. But 9 months later, a small group of Republican hardliners led the charge to oust him. They were upset McCarthy reached across the aisle and worked with Democrats to avoid a government shutdown.
If the Democrats want to own Kevin McCarthy, they can have it.
It took 3 weeks and multiple candidates amid GOP infighting to finally elect a new House Speaker. Republican Mike Johnson of Louisiana.
Or the Honorable Mike Johnson of the state of Louisiana, having received a majority of the votes cast, is duly elected Speaker of the House of Representatives.
Just this month, McCarthy announced he's resigning and will leave Congress at the end of this year.
If you can't beat him, you persecute him or you prosecute him.
Former President Donald Trump remained in the headlines throughout 2023.
President Trump.
Charged in 4 different criminal cases, state cases in Georgia and New York, as well as 2 federal cases.
We have one set of laws in this country, and they apply to everyone.
Special counsel Jack Smith has filed charges over Trump's handling of classified documents and his alleged efforts to overturn the 2020 election.
Applying those laws, collecting facts, that's what determines the outcome of an investigation.
Despite mounting legal troubles, Trump remains the far and away frontrunner for the Republican nomination, according to national polls.
On Monday, January 15th, we're going to win the Iowa caucuses. We're going to crush crooked Joe Biden next November.
President Joe Biden launched his re-election campaign in April.
Let's finish this job. I know we can.
President Biden's son Hunter faced the first ever indictment of a sitting president's child, facing tax and federal firearms charges after a plea deal unraveled in a Delaware courtroom.
Senator, did you betray your country?
An indictment against New Jersey Senator Robert Menendez alleges he accepted hundreds of thousands of dollars in bribes, including bars of gold, to benefit the Egyptian government.
In light of the expulsion of the gentleman from New York, Mr. Santos, the whole number of the House is now 434.
The U.S. House voted to expel New York Congressman George Santos, who faces charges of fraud for allegedly stealing people's identities and making charges on the credit cards of his own donors.
Do you have anything to say to your constituents, George Santos?
At the Supreme Court, Justice Clarence Thomas faced ethics questions of his own after accepting expensive undisclosed gifts and travel from wealthy friends. In a historic ruling this year, the conservative majority dealt a major blow to affirmative action, ruling against the use of race in college admissions. But voting rights advocates received a victory when the High Court ruled against Alabama congressional maps that diluted the power of minority voters. The ruling is expected to have implications in 2024's elections. Natalie Brand, CBS News, Washington.